Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is the sequel to the 2014 smash hit Marvel movie. And to start this review off, I'm going to say that I absolutely love this movie. I absolutely love the first one. And I absolutely love this one. People felt that when the first one came out that was going to be the first Marvel film that was going to flop because not many people were familiar with any of the characters, to be honest. And the fact that, you know, it was a wacky space adventure involving a talking raccoon and a talking tree, you know, and people thought, nah, this film's not going to work, and surprisingly, it did. People loved the first one. It was very funny. A great story, and yeah, the characters were fantastic. And the second one, the Volume 2, picks off where that left off, you know, and it's like, you know, this one, it's like you're meeting your friends again, and you know, you're there with friendly people, familiar people that you know, there's banter going on and things like that. That's what the movie feels like to me. But there was a different feeling towards this movie. You know, when I first went to see it, because obviously the first one, I had no clue about any of the characters, so I didn't know what to expect, and it surprised the hell out of me how good the movie was, how funny the movie was, how colourful, and you know, how great the characters were. So going into this one, I already knew what the characters were going to be like, so that kind of, you know, surprising, you know, bewilderment of this world was lost. So that's a slight negative on the film. It's not the film's fault because, you know, obviously sequels, that's how sequels are, and you know the characters and everything. So, but that was kind of lost. But the movie is still very funny. The actors are brilliant. I think the standout one for me is Drax, in a way. Even though, you know, well, I'm not going to go into any spoilers on this, but he's very funny in this. A lot of the one-liners are fantastic from him. He has great chemistry with a new character called Mantis. You know, the back and forth between them are brilliant. Rocket, he's fantastic. The back and forth and the bickering between him and Star-Lord is really good. I do like that. But basically, the story is like going from the first Guardians. You know that Star-Lord, his mother died, she was human, and his dad is an alien. And he doesn't know who his dad is, but in this, he finds out that his dad is Ego. Now, that's a slight spoiler, but, you know, they mention it in the trailers, and it happens pretty early on in the film, so, you know, and he's played by Kurt Russell, who is also very good. You know, Kurt Russell's a legend. I love Kurt Russell. He's good in pretty much everything I've seen him in. And he plays Ego, and things happen. But basically, the point of the movie is that, you know, Peter has finally found the dad that he's been looking for, you know, ever since he was a kid. You know, he mentions that when he was a kid, he was using a famous person as, you know, pretending that was his father, and he was seeing children, friends and stuff, you know, playing catch with the dads, and he was missing that, and he finally gets that, and it's like, does he choose this new father, or does he realise that he has already got family around him? Does he realise that the rest of the Guardians are his family? And the same goes for Rocket, in a way. You know, he learns that he sees himself in Yondu, and Yondu sees himself as the father that brought up Star-Lord. It's all about family, in a way, you know, but it's done a lot better than, like, the family aspect in the Fast and Furious films. But yeah, like, the jokes are very funny. The action is really good. Not as much action as I thought there would be, you know, and I was surprised at, like, who the villain was. I don't know why, but the trailers make it seem like it's some other people who are the villains. But it turns out it's something else, which I'm not going to go into. But there's some new characters called the Sovereign. I did like them at for parts, and then there was parts I found them slightly annoying, and I don't know. A couple of the Sovereign characters looked quite annoying. You know, the gold paint and everything. I don't know. I'm not sure if I like the Sovereign, to be honest. I did like one scene where they're meeting up with Yondu and the priestess. You know, they're dragging a carpet across the snow. You know, and she's like walking like this, and I found that really funny. Baby Groot is fantastic. He's like one of the standout characters. The opening credits with Baby Groot and the song is just brilliant. You know, you could feel that as soon as Baby Groot appears on the screen, you can just feel the joy raise in the room. It's just fantastic. The soundtrack is brilliant. Really love that. There's a lot of songs on it that I really like. You know, like Fleetwood Mac's The Chain. You know, Cat Stevens, Father and Son, George Harrison, My Sweet Lord. I say there's like half that I know. I think there's still about half of the songs which I don't really know, which I need to start listening to appreciate the Awesome Mix Volume 2 more. Because all the way through Awesome Mix Volume 1, I loved every song on that. So at the moment, Volume 1 is still better than Volume 2, the Awesome Mixes, but there is some good songs on Awesome Mix. It is a really good soundtrack. Yeah, Zoe Saldana's good as Gamora. It's a really good film, you know. I think I need to see it more, but I'm not too sure that I like it more than Volume 1. I think I like Volume 1 a little bit more. But yeah, I do love this movie. Baby Groot is fantastic. I could do with some like Baby Groot, you know, pops and merchandise around me because he's awesome. But yeah, it's one of the better Marvel sequels. It's one of the better Marvel films, you know. It's I do like the Guardians. I do like them. I think they're probably my favourite characters in the MCU, to be honest. I think I like the Guardians of the Galaxy better than the Avengers, character-wise. Because I love Rocket. I love Rocket's voice. I think Star-Lord's really. I think Chris Pratt as Star-Lord is fantastic. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much into plot details. Like I said, I didn't think there was as much action as I expected. But it is very funny. You know, it's laugh out loud funny in parts. Certain characters, I found them slightly annoying after a while. The Sovereign, but yeah, the Guardians were fantastic. You know, Kurt Russell as Ego was brilliant. Michael Rooker as Yondu. I did like Yondu in Volume 1, and it expands his role in this. And yeah, he's brilliant. He's fantastic. And there's a great scene involving Yondu, Rocket and Baby Groot when they're escaping the Ravager ship. That's a fantastic scene. And I do like the song what's played over that. I just can't remember what it's called or how it goes at this moment. But I did like the song. So yeah, you know, this is a fantastic film. I like the characters, and I can't wait for Volume 3. I hear James Gunn is going to be back for Volume 3. We will next see the Guardians in Avengers. Yeah, Avengers Infinity War. That's where they'll next pop up. But I am looking forward to Guardians Volume 3. Oh, if you haven't seen the movie yet, guys, stay behind for the credits, because there is 5 mid-credit and after-credit scenes. So stick around. You know, you don't want to get up straight away and, you know, go. Yeah, stick around for that. But yeah, I like this film. So I'm going to give it a rating of A. Let me know down below, guys, what you think of this movie. You know, write in my comments. Like and share my channel, guys. And remember, we are Groot.